have the option if you want to if you are looking for an orchestration tool through which you can schedule and execute your DBT models, DBT core models. For example, let me see if I have it. Yeah. So this is the DBT repository. This is the GitHub repository I have, and in this repository, I have models in the dim folder and the source folder. Right? So these are the 5 models which I want to execute. So I'll go back to my account, click on the models, go to DBT model, create a DBT model. So now here I have to choose that on which particular destination I want these models to be executed. Right? So I choose this one, which I've already configured, DBT model. This is my account, which is already configured. So you can use the OAuth to authorize or to authenticate your GitHub account. Click on this, select the repository, the branch, the version I want to use, the project path is DBT learn. Yeah, you can see all of these 4 models are now available on Hevo for me to orchestrate and control. Right, I can now set the schedule for all the models. Say I want them to I want them to be executed at every 15 minutes of time. I can choose this, or if I want them to be triggered similar to the model triggering functionality, I can also based on any new data which I get on my destination table, I can trigger these DBT models, or I can I can also write a cron expression to schedule these. So I choose 30 minutes. Now, at every 30 minutes of time, all of these, at every 30 minutes, all of these models will be executed. Right? But having said that, we also have an option of setting an individual schedule for all the models. For my model, say I want this to be scheduled at every 15 minutes, right? And I want this to be scheduled at every 1 hour. Yeah, so I can make these changes and set the schedule, right? Let me show you a DBT model which I already created. Right. So yeah, whatever DBT models are there on your GitHub repository, we pull those models, execute those models, and as soon as the execution is happened, we delete those models from our infra. So we never store your DBT models or any of the information related to that. Right. In the execution history, you can see the status of your DBT model, at what particular time it was executed last, and the logs of the execution. So we provide with the detailed logs on at what particular timestamp which particular activity is happening. That's that. Now coming to the workflows section. So I have created 2 models now. One as a SQL based model, and the other is a DBT model, right? So this is still a very simple example, but say I have 8 models which I want to execute in a sequential or in a parallel fashion. I can create a workflow, or this is more like a DAG, like a acyclic graph, right? So I can add a model. I want this SQL model, and this I want my DBT model. Yeah, I can stitch these, and in similar fashion, I can schedule. And if there's a dependency on the output of this model on the execution of the next model, I have the option of stop on failure, so that whenever there's a failure, the subsequent models are not impacted. Right? I can schedule them similar to the models, the SQL and the DBT model which I showed you before.